What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? It's your boy Jay Howard, aka the official Georgia boy. Hey, and I'm back, man. I'm back with another episode of J and B, the Talk of the Dirty South show, man. Hey, so I know my boy's supposed to be here, my boy Bush, man. He was supposed to be making the debut today, but unfortunately, he had to handle some army business. So he's gonna be out for maybe like 2 weeks or so, and then he gonna be joining the show. But I wanted to give y'all something, until my boy, get back. I want to hold it down, man. So, welcome to J and B, the Talk of the Dirty South show. Unfortunately, like I said, today I couldn't make the debut back with my boy, but I just wanted to give y'all some substance, man, some content. But yeah, man, if you're in the building, man, shout yourself out. Let me know you're in the building. Thank you for joining. Don't forget, man, if you hear me right now, man, go to YouTube, subscribe to Fan of Atlanta 365. The CEO of 365 is right here, man. J and B, the Talk of the Dirty South show. You can catch us live every Friday at 7 p.m. You can catch No Huddle every Saturday at 7 p.m. And you can catch Fan of Atlanta 365 doing like a post-game analysis. So the day after the whatever game. So if we play on a Thursday night, you can catch me on a Friday. If we play on a Monday night, you can catch me on a Tuesday. And if we play on a Sunday, which we will be playing this Sunday, you'll catch me Monday night. So man, don't forget, man, tell everybody, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your snake, tell your rat, and throw in your pet goldfish if you have one, man. Tell everybody about Fan of Atlanta 365, J and B, the Talk of the Dirty South show, No Huddle with my guy Hassan, and of course, Fan of Atlanta 365, which is your boy. So today what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do a regular show with what you can look forward to with J and B, the Talk of the Dirty South show, where we talk about the Atlanta Falcons, man. So if you're a fan of the Atlanta Falcons, you're gonna enjoy this, enjoy this show. We had this show like 2 years ago, and then my boy got sent overseas for a while. So he's finally back, and we able to continue on the show today. But like I said, he won't be back for like maybe 2 weeks. So I'm gonna hold it down until he get back, man. So hey, I can't wait until he come back, bro. I can't wait. So today we gonna go ahead and get going, man. The first segment I like to do is called Keys to the Dub. If you know what a dub is in the black community, if you black, a dub is either a $20 bill or it's the W. You know what I'm saying? It's the win. So today we gonna do that, man. Keys to the Dub. This is where I actually break down what I think and what me and my guy B Bush think the Falcons got to do on offense and defense, and even like overall what we need to do to win this game. So today I'm going to talk about what the Falcons need to do on both sides of the ball in order to beat the Carolina Panthers. And if you've been following me, I call the Carolina Panthers just because if we beat you, you get to be called the Carolina Panthers. Well, actually, you know what? I gotta put some respect on their name. They did beat us the last game of last season, so I gotta put some respect on their name, the Carolina Panthers. But after this week, I hope to call you guys the Carolina Panthers. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this segment, man, called the Keys to the Dub. Let me go ahead and give y'all my thoughts, man. My thoughts. So, as we all know, this is week number 1. So it's gonna be a lot of unknown just because we haven't seen these two teams play, this season. But here's what I think the Falcons need to do on offense in order to beat the Carolina Panthers. First, we got to run the ball. We spent a lot of money into our backfield. We brought in Bijan Robinson in the first with the 7th pick the 7th pick overall. It was either 6th or the 7th pick overall this year in the draft. That's a high place to draft a running back, especially in today's time. So, for the Falcons to go all in on this guy, you got to run the ball, man. Bijan, he's going to be a beast. We saw him in his first preseason debut, and we saw his first run in the NFL was a big gash. Even though it got called back due to a holding penalty, but we saw what that man can do. We know he can be one of the best offensive rookies of the year. Everybody kind of counted him as that guy. So I want to see the Falcons run the ball, man. Use Bijan Robinson. Also use Tyler Algier. He gave you 1,000-yard rushing last year. I get it. With Bijan coming in, they probably gonna be sharing carries. But I would love to see us run the ball and control the clock against the Carolina Panthers. Now, Carolina Panthers do have a stout defensive line, but I think with our offensive line returning and with these running back weapons that we have in the backfield, we should be able to run the ball with ease against this Carolina Panthers defense. Now, Cordero Patterson, I think he may be playing. They do have him listed on the depth chart to play this game. He'll probably be on like a limited type, carries. It'll probably be a game time decision as well if he's going to actually play. But if he plays, I think the Falcons can use him in this running game as well. But you definitely have to use Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier and let these boys eat, man. Because I feel like we're gonna have a dual backfield, and we're gonna be able to run the ball with ease. Next, Desmond Ridder. Use all your weapons. Use your weapons, man. The Falcons have invested a lot of weapons into this team. On the offensive side of the ball, of course, I just alluded to. You have Bijan Robinson. You have Tyler Algier. You could have Cordero Patterson, who we know, can bring some different dynamics to this game. But then in the pass catching side, you have a Kyle Pitts who's returning off an injury. But we know we drafted him high. He should be able to return, which I believe he's going to be able to return back to the Kyle Pitts of his rookie season. You have a Jonnu Smith who's backing Kyle Pitts up. You may do some tight ends, 2 tight end sets, even 3 tight end sets, because you brought back Michael Pruitt, someone who stepped in for Kyle Pitts when he did go out. So that's 3 tight ends right there that I just named. Of course, we do have John Fitzpatrick. We haven't been able to see much of him, but he could add to this passing game. But then on the outside, you have Drake London. You brought in a Matt Hollins from the Las Vegas Raiders. You have a Scotty Miller, someone who can come in and stretch the field. So Desmond Ridder, you have to use your weapons to your advantage. The Carolina Panthers aren't going to know what's coming at them because we have so many ways we can attack. So Desmond Ridder, you have to use your weapons. And the last point for the offense, we have to get Kyle Pitts involved, man. Kyle Pitts is coming off an injury, but we drafted him so high that I need to see Kyle Pitts, get into this offense a little bit more. Last year, I think a lot of times Marcus Mariota overthrew him a lot. But this year, hopefully, Desmond Ridder can show some poise in the pocket and be able to deliver some accurate passes to a Kyle Pitts. And I believe that Kyle Pitts can eat if Desmond Ridder can get him the ball. So I want to see Kyle Pitts get involved, take advantage of this linebacker crew. I do understand they have a Shaq Thompson, but Kyle Pitts, you 6'6". Shaq Thompson is 6 feet. Use your height to your advantage, and let's scheme up. Let's draw up some plays to scheme for Kyle Pitts, because I want to see Kyle Pitts, actually come out and show that he's that guy. So we got to get Kyle Pitts involved. Now let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball. Defense, we have to rattle Bryce Young. We got to get our hands up, get our hands in the passing lane, because this man is like 5'6", 5'7". We got to take advantage of his height disadvantage, and we got to get hands up, man. Even if you don't get the sack, I just want to see us bat some balls down. This dude he's small. He's small in stature and he's small in size. So we got to take advantage of this. We got to get our hands up, and we got to rattle Bryce Young. Also, make the Carolina Panthers become one-dimensional. Either they not gonna be able to pass the ball, or they're not gonna be able to run the ball. But we have to make them one-dimensional, because we don't want Bryce Young to get into a rhythm, but we also don't want Miles Sanders to get into to get his wheels turning. So we gotta make the Carolina Panthers pick their poison. Whether you're gonna run the ball and get stopped, or you're gonna pass the ball and we gonna pick it off. Either way it go, we got to take advantage of this matchup. We got to win this game. And last, we have to play physical. If we can play physical with a Calais Campbell, who we just brought in, a Grady Jarrett, who we know can do his thing, a Bud Dupree, we got a lot of additions that can play physical on this team. So we have to out physical the Carolina Panthers. I believe if we can out physical the Carolina Panthers, we should be able to win this game against the Panthers. And then when I look at my overall notes, we can't play down the competition. We have to go out here and smack these boys in the head, man. We have to go out here and beat the Carolina Panthers. I believe that we have the advantage and as the team overall, we have the advantage. We got to go out here and beat the Carolina Panthers. Let's go ahead and set the tone for the Atlanta Falcons season. I believe we should be able to beat the Carolina Panthers. If we play Falcon football, we know it can happen. We got to run the ball. We got to mix it up. But I know we're going to be a running team. We got to get everybody involved. We got to take advantage of the small statue of Bryce Young. He's a rookie. We got to take advantage. Send some blitzes. Play some man-on-man coverages. Keep him in the pocket. Which brings me to my last point. We have to contain Bryce Young. Like I said before, even if I don't care about the sack numbers. What I care about is how are we affecting Bryce Young. Because I believe if we can affect Bryce Young, we should be able to rattle him. Send some confusing blitzes at him. Put your hands on him. If you can get to him, put your hands on him. Do it in a legal way, but make sure he knows that we're there. I believe we can do that. We can rattle Bryce Young, and we should be able to, beat the Carolina Panthers. So that is the keys to the dub for the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Carolina Panthers. Let me know in the chat if you got any suggestions. Definitely let me know in the comments, man. Would love to get y'all feedback. But that is keys to the dub. Next segment, we got weekly team matchup. This is where I actually compare both teams based on the positions. I'm going to start off with the quarterback. We're going to go into the running backs / fullbacks. And then we got wide receivers / tight ends. Then we got the O-line. Then we got the defensive line, linebackers. And then we got the DBs. So I want to compare each one and tell you who has the advantage at each level of this playing field. So first, we're going to start off with the quarterback. I believe the Falcons have a slight advantage at the quarterback position with the Desmond Ridder, who has a little bit more experience in the NFL than Bryce Young. However, we don't know what Desmond Ridder, is yet. We only got to see 4 games last year, which I believe that he showed progression every week. But we still don't have a true pinpoint of who Desmond Ridder is. He only played 2 series during the preseason, which he didn't really do much that just caught your eye. But I believe that Desmond Ridder should be a little bit. He has the advantage over Bryce Young due to experience. But time will tell. But right now, if I had to guess right now, I would say we have the advantage at the quarterback position. At the running back / fullback position, I believe the Falcons have the advantage at that. Now, we do know what Bryce Young can bring to the run game, and we do know what Miles Sanders can bring to the run game. However, the Falcons got a lot of running weapons. We have a Desmond Ridder who can run. We have a Bijan Robinson who we drafted early in the draft. We have a Tyler Algier who went over 1,000 yards rushing last year. We have a Cordero Patterson. Most likely, we have a Cordero Patterson who's a jack of all trades. They have him listed as J on the depth chart, which means that he's a jack of all trades. You can use him in the run game. You can use him in jails and screens. You can use him in jet sweeps. It's a lot of ways you can use him out there backfield. So I believe that we have the advantage. The Atlanta Falcons have the advantage at the running back / fullback position. When you get to the receivers / tight ends, I believe we have the advantage at that position as well. Which Drake London, Matt Hollins, Scotty Miller. You still got Kyle Pitts. You have a Jonnu Smith who can line up in different places as well. You have a Bijan Robinson who can catch out the backfield, or Cordero Patterson who can catch out the backfield. I believe we have the advantage at the receiver position. Next, the O-line. I believe we have the advantage at the O-line just because we have all of our players back from our past O-line, except for Matt Hennessy. Drew Diamond will begin to start, who had a lot of time last year. But we added in a Matt Bergeron, but you still have a Jake Matthews, you still have a Chris Lindstrom, and you were able to re-sign Caleb McGarry back to this roster. So your line is coming back together. I believe that's why I have to give the nod to the Falcons, because we have a more gel offensive line. And last year, it was pretty solid, especially in the run game. We definitely got to get better in the passing. Blocking, but I think in the run game we were solid. So I believe we have the advantage at that position. D-line, I believe we also have this. I think it's a tie. I gotta say it's a tie because we have some guys, Calais Campbell, who we just brought in, David Amayada. We still have Grady Jarrett. You bring back Arnold Ebiketie. You brought in Bud Dupree. And then you have some other guys like Lorenzo Carter who can come in. Caden Ellis, I want to say that's his name, Caden Ellis, who can rush out the edge as well at the linebacker position. So we have some guys that can get to the quarterback, that can rush the ball, that can rush and stop the run. You also got a Traquan Graham, but the Carolina Panthers have some solid guys as well. You have a Derek Brown. You have a Brian Burns. They brought in a Justin Houston. You can see Shaq Thompson, get some time so he can blitz. So they have some solid pieces on their defensive line as well. So I would say it's more of a tie. But if I had to give it to it, I would say it leans slightly more towards the Atlanta Falcons. But there is a tie, in my opinion, with the Carolina Panthers defensive line as well. Now, we get to the linebacker position. Now, this one, I got to give it to the Carolina Panthers with the Shaq Thompson. Although we do have a Troy Anderson, we brought in a Caden Ellis. You still have I can't remember the other linebacker's position, but I would give the nod to the Carolina Panthers with Shaq Thompson, which we know we're going to get out of Shaq Thompson. We don't know what we're going to get out of Troy Anderson, although I think he's going to be pretty solid, but it has yet to be proven that he can be better than Shaq Thompson. So I got the Carolina Panthers with the better linebacker position. The DBs, I think we have a tie at the DB position. I love A.J. Terrell. We will be without Jeffrey Okudah, so maybe Trey Flowers, D. Alford will have to step up and take on that second cornerback position. But I believe we got some solid pieces. We brought in Jesse Bates in the free agency. You still have Richard Grant. You still have Jalen Hawkins, and then you brought in D'Amico Helms out of Alabama in the draft, and he showed in the preseason that he's going to be pretty solid. So I think we have a tie at the cornerback position. They have Joe Horn son. I can't remember his first name, but they do have J.C. Horn, and then they also have I got the depth chart right here. Let me pull it up, so I don't have to keep guessing. Let's pull up that depth chart. They do have a Dante Jackson. They have a Von Bell at the safety position and a Xavier Woods. So they're pretty solid with the C.J. Henderson, Jeremy Chin, and backing them up. So they're pretty solid at the DB position as well, just like us. So I got to give us a tie at those positions. So overall, I would say the Atlanta Falcons have the advantage. Overall, as far as the team, I believe the Atlanta Falcons have the advantage. So we got to take advantage of this matchup, man. We cannot play down to competition. And I get it; it's a division game, so division games can go any way. But I got to give the Falcons the advantage at these positions. And then next, we're gonna get to the last segment, which I love to do. Normally, we would do this when my guy get back. We like to make our weekly game picks. Every week. So week 1 game picks, and then at the end of the season, we like to tally up who actually got the advantage, who actually won more, picked more games. So we're gonna go ahead and get going before we get up out of here, man. So, game number 1, we got the Tennessee Titans at the New Orleans Saints. I actually got the New Orleans Saints, unfortunately, winning this game. I just believe that they have more talent than the Tennessee Titans. I have to give a slight edge to Derek Carr over Ryan Tannehill. It's going to be a good little game, but I think the New Orleans Saints will ink this one out. I hope I'm wrong. I always look to see the New Orleans Saints lose. However, if I had to choose right now, I would say the New Orleans Saints will win this game. Actually, I got to give them their respect. If you've been following me, I like to call the New Orleans Saints when they, when we beat them, but they beat us the last time. I think they swept us last year. Yeah, they did actually sweep us last year. So, I got to give them the advantage. So I give them that one. The New Orleans Saints. Next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Minnesota Vikings. I'm actually going with the Minnesota Vikings in this one. I think the Minnesota Vikings have more talent than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially with them losing Tom Brady last year. I think the Minnesota Vikings, they got enough talent. They did lose Dalvin Cook, but you got one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the league right now. So you should be able to win this one. Now Tampa Bay has their receivers as well, but I think Minnesota's defense will be the determining factor. And I think it's going to be a good game, but I have to give it to the Minnesota Vikings to win this game because I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Washington Commanders. Now we already know. I think the Arizona Cardinals is going to have the number one draft pick in this upcoming draft. I do like the Washington Commanders. They have some pretty good talent. Although we took their quarterback Tyler Heinicke away, but they do have Sam Howell. I don't believe in Sam Howell like that, but I would say I like him better than I would trust Kyler Murray. Although Kyler Murray will not be playing in this game, and that's another reason why the Washington Commanders will win this game. There's no weapons. You lost D Hop. You don't have Kyler Murray. So I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. The Washington Commanders have a pretty nice defense, so I look to see them get to whoever the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals is that will be starting. So I got to give it to the Washington Commanders. Next, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the San Francisco 49ers. I'm actually going with a sleeper pick right here. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers over the San Francisco 49ers. I get a lot of people are probably going to think, man, that's crazy. You going with the Pittsburgh Steelers over the San Francisco 49ers, but I just believe that both are pretty solid. I mean, they both have a nice defense. They both have quarterbacks that, hopefully Kenny Pickett can step up this year. We saw what Brock Purdy did last year. However, will he be able to repeat that? And then, they both have solid run games with Najee Harris coming out the backfield for the Steelers. But then you have, a couple of running backs, Christian McCaffrey. You still got Debo on that San Francisco 49ers team and Elijah Mitchell. And so, the 49ers can run the ball. They can run the ball. But I got to give it to the Steelers. But it's going to be a nice matchup. I like this matchup. It's probably going to be one of them good games where we're going to be able to see both teams just competing, and it's going to come down to the last drive. So I got to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game. Next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. I don't know why I don't have that one. I thought I did have it. Let me see. Yes, I do have it. So we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. I'm actually going with the Cleveland Browns on this one. Although I do expect, I would love to see Deshaun Watson actually, get back to the old Deshaun. Okay, I'm back. I think I'm back. Yes, I think I'm back. So, yeah, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. They have a lot of weapons. Cleveland has a lot of weapons too, but I think they can go as far as Deshaun Watson can take them on offense. But they do have a solid defense and Myles Garrett leading the way. But, however, Cincinnati has a nice little defense too, although we did take Jesse Bates from them. But they still have a solid defense, and offensively, the weapons are just they just unlimited with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. You still got Joe Mixon coming out the backfield, and you got Joe Cool Burrow, throwing that thing. So I got to give a nod to the Cincinnati Bengals in this game, but it's gonna be a good game, a division game. It's gonna be a good game. Next, we got the game, my game of the week. We got the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. I got to give it to the home team, man. I think we are better than the Carolina Panthers, and it's time for us to go out here and show it. I think we have a chance to make a lot of noise this year. I ain't even gonna get to my Super Bowl picks because that's gonna be this week when you can catch us live tomorrow. No Huddle, catch us live. You'll get my Super Bowl picks, but I definitely think the Falcons will make some noise this year, and I got the Falcons winning Week 1 versus the Carolina Panthers. Next, we got the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. I'm actually gonna go with another surprise pick. I think these Houston Texans may be a little scary this year. Now we do know Baltimore Ravens. They bring the Lamar Jackson. You know, he's coming back. You add in Odell Beckham Jr. I do love Zay Flowers. You still got Mark Andrews. You know, so it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a game that people are going to think that the Baltimore Ravens going to have the advantage of this game. But I think the Houston Texans are going to surprise some people. And I think this week 1 game with Lamar Jackson coming off his injury, Odell Beckham Jr., you don't know what you're going to get yet because he's coming off sitting out for a whole season after an injury. And Zay Flowers is a rookie. I do love Zay Flowers. I think he's going to be the rookie of the year for the offensive side of the ball. But I got to give it to the Houston Texans. They scary. I think a lot of people are sleeping on them, but they're my surprise team, which you will hear about No Huddle tomorrow at 7 p.m. Catch us live. We will be discussing, some surprise teams. So, look forward to those Houston Texans. But I got the Houston Texans winning this game. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. I'm actually going with the Green Bay Packers to win this game. I know they won't have Aaron Rodgers, who have always, taken advantage of the Chicago Bears. However, I gotta stick with the Green Bay Packers. I believe that they just have a better team all around. Chicago Bears are still rebuilding. Let's see what's Justin Herbert. Is Justin Fields going to be that guy? So he's going to step up. He has more weapons now. They added D. Samuels. So, he has a weapon now. You did get Claypool, Chase Claypool from the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. So, it's just going to depend on how, has Justin Fields finally made that step, taking that step forward. Can the Chicago Bears get back to their defense of old? But I believe the Green Bay Packers are a little bit more better than the Chicago Bears. So I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I did skip a game. Jacksonville at the Indianapolis Colts. I thought I had the thing up. Let me find that one. Here it is. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Indianapolis Colts. I believe Jacksonville made some noise last year, and I believe in, Trevor Lawrence. You add in Calvin Ridley, to add on with the receiver core that they have. I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars should be able to beat the Indianapolis Colts, especially with them struggling at the quarterback position to figure out who's their guy. Is it Anthony Richardson? And I forgot the other guy that they have, but I got to give the nod to Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to have a nice little defense with the Fourier Lilcorn leading the way. I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars should be able to beat the Indianapolis Colts. Next, we're going to get to the Philadelphia Eagles at the New England Patriots. I'm actually going with the Philadelphia Eagles. They added some more weapons to this already stout offense in DeAndre Swift. Although you lost Myles Garrett, but I think DeAndre Swift is going to fit the Philadelphia Eagles a little bit better. Can Jalen Hurts, mimic what he did last year, pick up from what he did last year? And, we discussed on No Huddle. I said I think he will still be successful. He won't be as good as he was last year, but still, last year was a record type breaking year. I don't think he's going to have a record breaking year, but I do think he's going to be pretty solid. And I think this Eagles team has gotten better. You still bring back AJ Brown. You brought back Devontae Smith. You still have Zach Ertz. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Dallas Goedert. And then on the defense side of the ball, you brought in some more Georgia players, Jalen Carter. You still have Jordan Davis, still have Fletcher Cox, still have Brandon Graham, still have Hassan Reddick. You bring back Nakobe Dean. You add Nolan Smith to this defense. Along with those, you still have big plays late. You still have James Bradbury. So they got better. They should be pretty good. So I got them beating the New England Patriots in this week 1 matchup. Next, you got the LA Rams at the Seattle Seahawks, another division game. I actually got the Seattle Seahawks win this game. I think, Pete Carroll's going to have these boys ready. The Rams, yes, they do bring back Cooper Kupp, who was injured last year. So can he return back to form? Matthew Stafford, can he return back to form? You still haven't really did much with the running game. But then Aaron Donald is getting older. and he's losing players. They lost Jalen Ramsey. So can the Seattle Seahawks take advantage? You add in a Devontae Witherspoon with the Traylon Woodland, and So I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be pretty solid again this year, and I got them beating the LA Rams in a division rivalry. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins at the LA Chargers. Now, this is going to be another good game, but I actually got the LA Chargers winning this one. It's going to be It's going to probably be a high-scoring game. You got two offenses that can be elite. Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa. Can he stay healthy? Can he try to stay away from those concussions? You do have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Which are two dynamic receivers. But then on the other side, you have Keelan Allen and you have Michael Williams. So I believe that I do believe that the Chargers defense will be able to get the tool led by Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. I think Khalil Mack is going to show some signs of the old Khalil Mack, and I think the Chargers will beat the Miami Dolphins. Next, you have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos, another rivalry game. If you know me, you know I'm a secret follower of the Raiders. I'm a secret fan. However, I got to give it to the Denver Broncos. I think Sean Payton will have this team ready to play and playing on a different level than we got to see last year. Can he revitalize Russell Wilson? The Raiders are kind of like, they lost out on David Carr. Now they replace him with Jimmy Garoppolo. I do like Jimmy Garoppolo with the Raiders. You bring back Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller. I think he will play, but you do have Jalen Waller. You lose Matt Hollins to the Atlanta Falcons as well. But I think the Broncos will be able to eat this one out. I think the defense is going to step up and be able to get to Jimmy Garoppolo. But I think it's going to be a good game. But I think Sean Payton's presence will make a difference in this game, and so that's why I'm going with the Denver Broncos. Next, you have the Dallas Cowboys with the late game Sunday night against the New York Giants. Another rivalry game, a huge rivalry game. But I got to give it to the Dallas Cowboys. Their defense is going to be ready. Michael Parsons is going to lead the way. They add in a Stephon Gilmore with Trayvon Diggs. So they get even more stout at the cornerback position. Dan Quinn has been, having this defense playing on an elite level. But the offense is the question. Can Dak Prescott, lead this team? What happens now that Ezekiel Elliott is gone, and can Tony Pollard become, can he step up and be the man? They did bring in a Deuce Vaughn, I want to say his name is, and I've been hearing a lot of, great things about him, a fast guy. So we'll see how he does, but I got to give the nod to the Dallas Cowboys. The Giants they can be pretty dangerous with a Saquon Barkley. Daniel Jones had a pretty solid year last year, and if you follow me on No Huddle, I did say Daniel Jones and Brian Daboll was going to be a nice little, Nets little Sean Payton, Drew Brees type combination where maybe the two align together and they made magic. I'm not saying that he's going to be a Drew Brees, and I'm not saying Daboll is going to be a Sean Payton, but I do believe that they may be a match made in heaven. And then that defense last year with the Giants was pretty solid. So I think it's going to be a good game. But if I had to pick, I think the Dallas Cowboys should win this game. And last but surely not least, you got a good game with the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers, with the Jets now. And they got a lot of weapons over there. Garrett Wilson Jr. They brought in Allen Lazard, who played with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. You brought in Randall Cobb, who's very comfortable with Aaron Rodgers. You brought in Dalvin Cook to add on with Breece Hall, who's coming off an injury, which I did state that Breece Hall would be the best running back when he got the year last year, and he was proving me to be right up until he got hurt. But I still think he had a great year. And I think he's, hopefully he's able to return back to form. But this is going to be a good game. It's going to be a rivalry game, of course, a division game. However, I believe that the Buffalo Bills will win this game just because I think the New York Jets will come in and, they have these high expectations. and they may not be ready to, they probably gonna fold under the big lights. It's Monday night. They're the only game on. And the Bills are a solid team. They've been kind of like taking over this division lately. The Jets were my surprise team last year. A lot of people were sleeping on the Jets, and I wasn't. So I am a huge fan of that defense, Sauce Gardner and Quentin Williams. You do have C.J. Mosley in the middle. But I believe that the Buffalo Bills should be able to win this game. So I'm going with the Buffalo Bills over the New York Jets. Other than that, that's all the games, man. Definitely, I just want to be quick, short, but straight to the point. I wanted to give y'all some content. J&B, the Talk of the Dirty South show. My guy will be returning this season. It's just right now he's handling some Army business. So until then, I'll be holding it down until my boy get ready. But, hey, it's been another episode of J&B, the Talk of the Dirty South show. Catch us live every Friday at 7 p.m. I won't be going live next week because that's when me and the wife will be celebrating our 5-year wedding anniversary. So I won't be live that one, but I will be, you will be seeing me after. I think you'll see me again Monday night when I talk about the Falcons post game against the Carolina Panthers. But like I said, go to YouTube right now, man. Subscribe to Fan of Atlanta 365. Follow the channel. Support the channel by commenting on these videos, liking these videos, and sharing these videos with your friends. Don't forget, man, tell everybody about the show. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your snake, tell your rat, and throw in your pet goldfish if you have one, man. It's been another episode of J&B, the Talk of the Dirty South show. Hey, man, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Be safe out there. And enjoy this football weekend, man. We got college and we got some good games with the pros. The NFL week number 1. So y'all enjoy this football weekend, man. I know I will, but I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.